Join us weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Amanda Starrentino. New at 11, a concerned grandmother says the street leading to her grandkids' school is putting lives in danger. Tonight, she is speaking out to RTV6's Cameron Riddle, hoping those in power will make much-needed safety improvements.
If you lived right across the street from a school, you would think getting there would be simple. But a concerned grandmother says twice a day, this walk is a scary challenge.
Scary. They've gotten almost hit too many times, too many close calls.
Bonnie Hendrickson says students crossing the road in the small town of New Market has almost ended in tragedy due to speeding cars.
I don't want them to get hit. I mean, I don't want the teachers to get hit. You know, listen to the teachers scream at the cars to stop. I mean, it's nerve-wracking.
The road Hendrickson shares with the school is known as 3rd Street in town, but 400 feet north of the school, the road becomes County Road 100. She says twice a day, particularly in the morning, cars speed past the school on the very narrow street. She's asking the school district and the town board to do something to slow drivers down before someone gets hurt. She's asked for speed bumps, but was told
they cost too much and the town couldn't afford it. And it would tear up the fire trucks in town.
She's asked for an additional stop sign, giving students a safe window to cross the street.
The comment was who says they would stop at the stop signs.
Sean Greiner, the superintendent of South Montgomery Community School Corporation, tells RTV6 the district is working with the town board to enhance student safety. He says as a result of their efforts, crosswalks were recently installed in front of the school. Hendrickson says those crosswalks are a step in the right direction, but also says they don't mean a whole lot when the speed limit sign has been gone for months.
I think it will have to be something bad happen. And I don't want it to be my grandkids, and I don't want it to be the teachers. The cars just don't pay attention.
Working for you in Montgomery County, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
And the Montgomery County engineer tells RTV6 a study is underway to make improvements to County Road 100 north of the school, but any changes needed directly in front of the school, including a new speed limit sign, is the jurisdiction of the town. RTV6 will follow up with the town officials when their office opens tomorrow morning. And if you have a problem and don't know where to turn, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. It's a comfortable night around central Indiana, and Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory joins us now, helping you prepare for the day ahead. Kevin.
And our very dry September followed up by what's becoming a wet October, closing in on 4 inches of rain. I think we'll get there as we get to Wednesday. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s right now, pretty consistent with the cloud cover around. During the day tomorrow, we'll make our move into the middle to upper 50s by noon. Temperatures struggle to try to hit 60 degrees. We may see a few sprinkles, not much in the way of all-out rain, but a couple of sprinkles or very light showers through the day. Those move to the east. Then you see what happens. We raise the bar. Our chances for rain go way up on Wednesday. What else arrives Wednesday and when we could see a little rain-snow mix coming up?
You don't want your mother, nobody that you love, to be in this position.
Hoping for peace and closure, those who knew and loved Gregory Wilson Jr. came together once again, not far from where he was killed 4 years ago on Indianapolis's north side. Since then, Gregory's murder remains unsolved. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker is asking law enforcement about one of the main hurdles they face when it comes to solving homicides.
If I was standing here by myself, I was still staying here, but I got you, and I say thank you so much for being here.
Surrounded by loved ones, friends, and family, Gregory Wilson Sr. joins in a prayer circle to remember his son, Gregory Wilson Jr.
My son was special. He's loved. He's missed by his brothers, his sisters, his mother. We all miss him. We all love him.
Gregory tells me he'll keep holding this vigil every year, not only for his son, but for all the murder victims whose cases have not been solved.
We just need some cases closed so that families can get closure.
Those families, Lord, are still looking for answers.
The people here believe those answers are in their own community. They know someone could call police right now and give them information to help investigators find Greg Jr.'s murderer.
It's so much pain that you carry every day. It changes your whole life.
Ernestine Havard was Greg Jr.'s godmother. She's had to deal with not only losing Greg, but 3 of her own sons.
Clarence Jr. was 24. Charles Havard was 26. And Clarence III was 32.
All of them died by gun violence. All of their murders still unsolved. For those who have information that could help solve any murder, she begs you to reach out to police. And for those who've committed these murders, she has this message.
Turn yourself in. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Give yourself peace, because I know you don't have peace.
I did reach out to IMPD about people who may be afraid to come forward with information, especially in murder cases. And they want you to know if you submit a tip anonymously, that tip and your information will stay anonymous. Working for you in Indianapolis, I'm Cornelius Hawker for RTV6.
And if you do end up working with detectives and become part of a case, the city has a witness protection program. IMPD says last year it spent $56,000 helping 12 families who went through the program. Those families helped prosecute 7 cases. At last check, a woman is still in critical condition after a freak accident sent her sailing onto the roof of a house on the northeast side of Indianapolis. Firefighters say the woman was driving fast on Parker Avenue east of 38th and Keystone just before noon today when she hit a fence and clipped another car, causing her own car to flip into the side of the home. The woman was ejected from the back window and onto the roof. Investigators say bystanders grabbed a 6-week-old child and a toddler from the car. They were not seriously hurt. And tonight, we know more about the damage caused by this massive fire at a warehouse on the south side. IFD was called to Contractors Plus Incorporated at 1:25 this afternoon. The owner told crews several different products were stored in the building, including collectible cars, paint, propane tanks, and ammunition. One firefighter suffered a slight back injury. A gag order is now in effect in a Central Indiana case that's attracted international attention. Michael and Christine Barnett are accused of abandoning their daughter in Lafayette a few years after adopting her from Ukraine. The Barnetts claim the girl was really an adult pretending to be a child. Prosecutors are worried it will be hard to find an unbiased jury if allegations continue to be made publicly. Well, homes that could improve your property values are being targeted by thieves looking for big-ticket items. Robin Landon flips homes in the Broad Ripple area. She says someone has broken into several of her houses, stealing things like air conditioning units, a stove, furnace, and water heater. The thefts not only impact her company's business, the crimes potentially prevent new homeowners from moving in.
We were in the middle of a contract on that one house, and then we have to spend a few weeks wondering whether or not they're going to buy the house, because they need to know that they're going to be safe where they're at. And you can tell them all day long that it's not going to happen if you live here, but that may not be the case. We don't know.
Landon's company has installed surveillance and alarm systems around the properties in response to the thefts. Indigo says a representative will reach out to a rider personally after she reached out to RTV6 with concerns about her bus service.
I'm sitting there waiting and the bus hasn't shown up, and by the time the bus has shown up, I'm late.
Deborah Mosley says her Indigo bus is consistently late and off schedule. In one case, the bus never showed up at all. Deborah filed 4 complaints online with Indigo and says she never got a response.
There's people that actually depend on this to, for them to be consistent and to be on top of it, and we shouldn't have to file complaints.
RTV6 took Deborah's complaints to Indigo. A spokesperson told us they have received Mosley's complaints and she will get a phone call. Tonight, the candidates for mayor of Indianapolis shared where they stand on the issues in the final debate ahead of next week's election. Democratic incumbent Mayor Joe Hogsett, Republican challenger Jim Merritt, and Libertarian candidate Douglas McNaughton took the stage at Chapel Hill 7th and 8th grade center on the west side. Election day is November 5th. A key vote in the impeachment inquiry into President Trump is set for Thursday. The House will vote on whether to affirm the inquiry, pushing back against a White House talking point that the impeachment probe is illegitimate because it has not been formally authorized. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the resolution would establish the procedure for open hearings, authorize the release of deposition transcripts, and outline how the Intelligence Committee can transfer evidence to the Judiciary Committee. A South Bend grandfather is out on bond tonight. He faces criminal charges in the death of his granddaughter, months after accidentally dropping the 18-month-old from a cruise ship window. After the charges were announced today, the family's attorney spoke to Good Morning America.
Why are you going to charge him with a misdemeanor when you already know he's been through such a terrible trauma? Everybody on earth agrees this was an accident. Everybody knows there was no intent involved. And so it sort of begs the question, why? I don't know what the answer is. That I have some theories, but unfortunately, it's really just pouring salt on the open wounds of this family.
Salvatore Anello is charged with negligent homicide. The family was on board a Royal Caribbean cruise ship docked in Puerto Rico when the tragedy happened in July. Watch GMA starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow for more on this developing story.
Quite frankly, IMPD can't control their dogs. This happens over and over and over again.
Could it happen to you? Call 6 Investigates finds out what is being done to prevent alleged canine attacks, and a little later.
I enjoy getting out and helping the people.
You can make extra money during the holiday season while making the community safer at the same time. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Out on the ground like this, flat my back.
A retired mailman says he was attacked in his own backyard. Gordon Mitchum is suing the city of Indianapolis and could get a settlement check courtesy of taxpayers. Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny has been digging into what's being done to prevent incidents like these from happening in the first place.
It was May 31st, 2018. Gordon Mitchum says he was in his east side backyard minding his own business. IMPD officers were looking for carjacking suspects.
The police car went by real fast. I went to see who it was.
The retired postal worker heard a rustling and then
He pulled me out of the chair, and that's where I ended up, down here on the ground. I was on the ground like this, flat my back.
An IMPD canine bit his leg.
I was just hoping I wouldn't pass out.
Gordon says he was terrified.
I said, oh, Jesus, he grabbed my leg, and they just latched onto it and just held onto it.
He filed this lawsuit June 7th of this year, alleging excessive force and that IMPD was negligent in failing to train its canines.
These dogs are out of control. Here we have a completely innocent man violated by the police who are supposed to protect us. Quite frankly, IMPD can't control their dogs. This happens over and over and over again.
Attorney John Little's firm also represented Mara Mancini. She received $90,000 from taxpayers. She sued IMPD after she was attacked and bit by an IMPD canine.
Is a lawsuit usually a last resort?
I mean, in Indiana, it's your only option.
Gordon's case is still pending, so no settlement just yet. But Call 6 Investigates found the city has paid out 180 settlements since January 2018, payouts totaling more than $6 million. Call 6 Investigates found IMPD has more settlements than any other city agency. They account for a third of all settlements, $3.7 million paid out. They're the largest city agency, and police payouts are the most costly to taxpayers. Among the top complaints that led to settlements, police shootings where people were injured or killed, excessive force allegations, and car crashes involving IMPD cruisers.
The city is spending millions of dollars on these settlements. Do you think it's a good use of taxpayer money?
I think it's a necessary use. I think it's necessary because of the way we function and the difficult things that our officers do.
The chief says they look at what the department could have done differently and says IMPD does internal investigations as needed to make sure proper procedures are followed and make changes accordingly to prevent future incidents like canine bites.
Sometimes those things happen, but I think it's important that we recognize that. What are those damages? We make that right.
The chief says they're always looking for ways to improve, whether they're sued or not.
We're an agency that serves the citizens of Indianapolis, and I think that's the expectation of us.
Mayor Joe Hogsett emphasizes just because the city reaches a settlement does not mean they're admitting fault, but rather it's a way to avoid costly litigation and big jury awards.
Are there any types of settlements that concern you more than others?
Well, ones that are too high are always a concern.
What do you say to people that say the city is paying out this money because of mistakes and missteps?
It's rarely intentional in nature. If a mistake has been made, and if it is likely that a city worker is at fault, we take that very seriously.
IMPD does not comment on pending litigation, including what happened to Gordon.
I wasn't doing anything wrong, I'm in my own backyard.
Gordon says he's an example of someone who deserves money for what happened to him.
And sometimes my ankle hurts me down there where I can't hardly wear my shoe. Yeah.
He still has pain and numbness in his leg more than a year after the canine bit him. Gordon hopes to fully recover so he can go back to enjoying his retirement and his porch. Kara Kenny, RTV6.
And Mayor Hogsett tells RTV6 they've improved training for police officers, including implicit bias and active shooter. His office says they've had a 43% reduction in litigation expenses. That's comparing Hogsett's first 3 years in office to 2011 through 2015. Hogsett says people should think twice if they're thinking about suing the city to make a quick buck. So make sure your claim has merit before you consider launching a complaint. And right now online, this Indianapolis man was hit by an Indigo bus while crossing the street. His settlement is just one of many where millions of your tax dollars are being spent. You can see the entire video inside and outside of the Indigo bus on the RTV6 app and our website, theindychannel.com. There you can also find what Call 6 uncovered about your tax money going straight to the pockets of prisoners behind bars. We are also streaming this entire story right now on all your favorite devices. Go to the RTV6 channel and watch this story.
I mentioned a couple sprinkles for tomorrow, but back to all-out rain Wednesday and on Halloween Thursday. Thursday evening into Thursday night, falling temperatures may fall enough that we mix in snow showers with rain showers, especially west of Indy and northwest, leading to much colder day as we get to Friday. Another rainfall of 1 to possibly 2 inches potentially. That's from Wednesday to completion Thursday night. There's the general kind of consensus of a couple different models. As we look at the evening hours on Thursday, Halloween evening, here's what's happening. The moisture, the deeper moisture, all that rain will be pulling away, but the cold air is catching the back edge, changing what's left to snow showers, or at least mixing snow showers in with the departing system. We'll keep our eye on that. You've got to plan on temperatures in the 40s and falling from, say, about 45 degrees with gusts over 20 miles per hour. Kind of a raw evening for trick-or-treating. The general trend in our temperatures continues to slide. It picks up pace once we get to Thursday evening. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, a couple of sprinkles will hold on to mostly cloudy skies through the day. Rain is not a big part of your day tomorrow. Warmth isn't either. Temperatures mid-50s at best to the northwest. Indy will struggle to hit 60 degrees. Wednesday, a wet day, starting in the 40s, ending in the low 50s. Once you get the rain going, it's very difficult to move the needle as far as warming temperatures up. Temperatures coolest to the north and west, mid-40s there to mid to upper 50s in the southeast portion of the state. Wednesday, the rain overspread central Indiana. Southern half of the state seems to be targeted for heaviest rainfall. I'll also mention we could have a couple of stronger thunderstorms in the southern third of the state, Bloomington to Bedford and Seymour south. Gusty wind would be the main threat. It will be windy, independent of any thunderstorms. Wet on Halloween, may mix in some snow showers Thursday night, then dry and much colder Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In the 20s, it looks like Saturday and Sunday morning.
Eek. Well, plan ahead for Halloween. You have a fair warning. We have Dave First standing by now with sports. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, I got some Pacers for you. Week 2 of the NBA season, and the Pacers still looking for their first win of the season, although this was close. Still rough, though, for the blue and gold. It's round 2 with Detroit tonight. Victor Oladipo having a hard time sitting for this one. Pacers trailed for the first 45 minutes, but T.J. Warren with his first 3 of the regular season. Pacers up 94-90, but that was their final bucket of the game. Derrick Rose to take down the lane. Detroit regains the lead. And a crucial moment right here. Pacers down 1. They get the ball back when Warren rushes this bad shot. Plenty of time on the clock. Detroit wins 96-94. Domantas Sabonis, game high 21, but Nate puzzled afterwards.
Just, I think panicked over there and just threw it up. I think he lost track of time and, threw one at the rim.
They are at the Nets Wednesday. Our friend Robin Miller with driver lineup news in IndyCar. Looks like the last 2 Indy Lights champions, Pato O'Ward and Oliver Askew, will team up for the new Arrow McLaren SP race team that frees up James Hinchcliffe to likely rejoin a Honda-powered team next year. Stay tuned. And a special moment at the Kroger on 10th and Shailen today as John Andretti, along with his son Jared, helped present a check after another race for Riley presented by Pepsi. The total around $550,000. All of this as John's battle with colon cancer continues. Personal for Riley Hospital and obviously very personal for John.
you looked at them and you go, how do these kids fight through every day and then bring a smile, you know, when you come in? And the little victories that they have are big victories, and I realize those now. You know, before I could only think about them. Now I know exactly what they're talking about. I mean, if I have a kind of good day, I'm really happy at the end of the day.
John admits he's kind of used now to getting bad news, so he'll take any bit of good news he can. Got some of that today. He remains determined, though, to fight to the end. By the way, the total amount he's raised over these years now, the 23rd annual, now just close to $5 million. Finally tonight, first and foremost, from the Colts complex. The players are off, but the team hosting a haunted runway show supporting young people battling cancer. Jacoby Brissett among the players there. That's 4-year-old Marley in remission for neuroblastoma. How cool is that? Anthony Costanzo and the Dinosaur. T.Y. Hilton also there. Very cool evening and a lot of great memories for those kids as what Baby Shark.
Why even start?
Colts at Pittsburgh on Sunday.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
A win.
Yes.
Predicting a win.
All right. Well, coming up, hiring Hoosiers for the winter. How snow can help you make some dough, and you don't have to work for the city or state to cash in.
America. Appointments available now.
Hiring Hoosiers is committed to bringing you job opportunities no matter the season. Snow plowing is big business over the winter, and not just for the government. While main streets and interstates are plowed by city and state agencies, many neighborhoods rely on contractors and residents to clear snow and ice. The Pennington family from Indianapolis has been plowing snow across central Indiana since the 1980s. Father and son, Charlie and Chuck Pennington, both work full-time jobs. They say plowing snow is a great way to earn some extra cash while helping people.
It's fun. I really like, getting out and driving in the snow. Sometimes you get to help people even whenever you blow up an engine. It's just fun to get out there and help people.
Well, we work behind the scenes, and majority of the plowing done is done by private contractors, not the city. There's lots of asphalt around the city that has to be covered, and the city, quite honestly, can't cover it all. It's unpredictable, but it does pay well. If you're flexible with your time and you're willing to get out there and put up a little bit of effort, it's very financially rewarding.
If you want to plow, it is a bit of an investment. Plows can cost anywhere between $3,000 to $9,000, but the payout can pay off in over time. Now, Charlie Pennington says he pays $20 to $25 an hour for his drivers, and snowplow drivers start at $16 an hour. We have reached out to several private contracting companies who say they are hiring drivers right now. You can find that list as well as how to apply for a plowing job with INDOT at hiringhoosiers.com. We'll be right back.
2019 Murano.
New name, same mission. The Indy Humane Animal Welfare Center on Holmes Avenue near Michigan Street is now known as the Indy Humane Downtown Clinic. The rebranding is thanks to a grant from the Nina Mason Pulliam Charitable Trust. Indy Humane also used the money to support its spay-neuter operations.
Well, look at Zoe waiting by the front door, ready to go for a walk in the morning. It will be dry with temperatures low to mid-50s. Lots of cloud cover. See, your head's turned just a little bit.
She's a little confused, a little worried.
She hears the footsteps coming her way. Thanks to Burl White for sharing the picture. Forecast turns wet Wednesday. Thursday, some rain likely, may mix with some snow showers before ending. It's always exciting to see first snowflakes.
Even on
Halloween.
Potential.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. Good night.